where were you last night? I said be home. I said we're supposed to go to this class together, okay? And you weren't here.
I'm sorry, it slipped my mind.
Look, we said we were gonna go, and then you just didn't show up. I had people waiting for us there, and you.
I'm not one to know much about the D word, divorce. Heck, I'm having trouble trying to find the F word, fiancé. Let alone to see a beautiful bride in a white dress walking down the aisle towards me, gazing into these happy hazels. If I start crying, I hope it's tears of joy, not because I made the wrong decision.
Sorry, I really don't care about your friends and what they want to do and all that crap. Doesn't make a difference to me. What have they ever done for me?
I've seen how messy a divorce can get. The reversal of marriage vows, the breaking of a religious institution in a chaotic and nasty separation.
And if you want to be a part of my life, then you need to come with me to these things and support me when we're going out.
Cross-wired couples forming resentment and hatred, a misguided deflection of the love once shared. In some situations, expensive conversation through family lawyers and the court system is necessary, especially when one or more parties is acting emotionally, making the proceedings difficult.
Huh? You have an answer for me? No, you don't. You never have an answer for me.
But what if a couple didn't have to go to court and could work things out amicably without even having to do mediation? With differences aside, a level-headed approach can take some of the pain out of parting ways and saving money in the process.
Yeah, we're not going to court. It's great. This is going to help your family.
Collaborative law is catching on. First developed in the US about 20 years ago, it keeps a divorce out of the courtroom. There's about 30 different lawyers in Greater Victoria trained in this style of divorce procedure. For Elise Schopper-Brugel of the West Coast Family Law Centre, this was her calling.
I come into the office and I'm happy to do this work. I'm gratified that families are communicating probably better than they have in years, and getting the emotional help they need. They get a financial plan from our financial advisor.
She's been practicing law since 1995, having spent some time in Europe, where in Austria she helped introduce collaborative law to the Europeans.
There's no mediator, so the parties are speaking to themselves, directly to themselves.
Michael J. Lomax is an independent mediation lawyer, but he's taking on more collaborative cases as people learn about this alternative way to settle differences. And working alongside Elise, they work quickly to help clients.
What I found with court was it basically turns divorce into a war. And the kids are the casualties. With processes like collaborative, what we're trying to do is take the war out of divorce.
This way, because we are both coming from a place of trust, we can disregard a lot of the posturing or strategizing that goes along with a case that's going to end up in court. Which is not to say we don't strategize, but we strategize in a way that's open, that's compassionate, respectful.
Collaborative creates a problem-solving environment. People could sit across the kitchen table from each other and talk about things, but the emotions can get in the way and cloud things and escalate very quickly.
We need to be able to talk about these things, okay?
I don't want to talk
but
about
you
it.
just
I don't
get
want to
so
talk about it.
angry that we can't have a conversation anymore.
In Collaborative, we have the support of lawyers and divorce coaches.
About 3 years ago, retired nurse Alex Robinson went through a divorce after 20 years of marriage.
My separation and divorce came to me suddenly. I didn't expect it. I, like everyone else, assumed that I had to have a lawyer. And so, but one of my friends told me to look into this collaborative law, so I looked it up online.
Alex chose Michael to represent him.
We did it in a reasonable amount of time, in a couple of months. There was definitely emotion and a potential for it to be volatile, and the process helped contain that.
I wasn't in the frame of mind to think, so he really handled everything for me, crossed the T's, dotted the I's, and really looked after me.
We sign a contract, and the lawyers and the other professionals are committing to help both parties work things out through negotiation.
And the legal bill was well within acceptable limits. I mean, I was expecting a $20,000 legal bill, and it was like $6,000.
It's like you can't afford not to do this, because the other way, people end up mortgaging their house if they have to go to court. That will not happen.
Now, after learning about collaborative law, I've been thinking the best way for me to avoid divorce altogether is to A, not get married, or B, select the correct business partner to say I do. From Victoria, I'm James Green for The Daily. Now I wonder where she is.